Are you tired of feeling stressed about money? Are you not able to save any money at the end of the month? Do you not know how much money is coming in and out of your accounts? Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can track and save more money so you can be less stressed when it comes to money. I know that money can be a very stressful topic, but I promise that if you take notes and you really pay attention to this video, that by the end of this video, you will be less stressed with money if you implement these steps. So basically how I'm going to explain all this to you is by using an example of a person. Now this person's name is Sarah. Sarah is a school teacher, and so we're going to use her income and her expenses to kind of explain what's going on and how we can track and save her some money. So the first thing you want to do in order to be able to save more money and track your expenses so you can be less stressed about money is to calculate your monthly income. We need to know how much you take home every month. We need to know your net pay. So Sarah is a school teacher and she also does tutoring on the side. So her net pay, her take-home pay from her job is $3,500 a month. And then with tutoring, because we always have to have some side hustle, we always have to have some extra income coming in from somewhere, she makes about $300. So altogether, Sarah brings home about $3,800. This is something that you need to know. You need to know how much money you're bringing home every month. We need to look at our pay stubs. We need to look at our paycheck. We need to look at all these things so we can know exactly how much we're bringing home, so we can know how much is going out, so we can know how much we can save. So pause this video and get the step down and get a number of how much you bring in every month. So the second thing we're going to do is to calculate our spending. Now, in order to do this, you need to look at statements. You need to know how much you're spending in certain areas. So for example, Sarah spends $1,200 on rent, $200 for utilities, and $150 for insurance. So how much are you spending in a month? Pause the video and go check. Go see how much you're paying in rent. Go see how much you're paying for your mortgage. Go see how much you're paying in insurance. Go see how much you're paying in utilities, and then combine those numbers together. And then we have Sarah's variable expenses, where we're talking about groceries, going out to eat, gas, and these other variable expenses that go up and down depending on the month. She pays $900 a month. So what you can do is kind of average it out over the month by looking at your statements. By going back in her statement, she found that she was spending about $150 in coffee. She was overspending and spending so much money in coffee. When you look back at your statements, when you look at your spending, you will see where a lot of your money has gone, and then you will come to a conclusion whether that's where you wanted to go, whether it's purposeful purchases, or it's something that doesn't really matter to you, and maybe you can now adjust and put less money to that category. So now that you have your spending, the third thing you're going to do is categorize your expenses. So you're going to categorize these spendings, and you're going to categorize them into 4 categories. We're going to categorize them in essential, non-essential, debt, and emergency savings. So for essentials, we're talking about housing, groceries, insurance, gas. And then for non-essentials, we're talking about going out to eat, entertainment, we're talking about subscriptions. And for debt, we're talking about student loans or paying back credit cards. And then emergency saving, we're talking about that emergency fund that we all need to have, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or a year. So Sarah found that her essential expenses came to about $2,300. Her non-essential expenses came to about $450. Her debt repayments, which is student loans, came to about $300. And then her emergency fund savings was about $100 a month. Seeing this all laid out can really help you cut back on non-essentials or things that don't really matter to you. If you have a lot of debt, then now you can see how much you're spending or how much you plan to spend on non-essentials, and you can adjust accordingly. So maybe you can put $100 towards your non-essentials and move the rest of the money towards your debt, or move the rest of the money towards your saving fund. And the fourth thing you want to do is automate your expense tracking, but you really just want to automate everything. You want to automate your expense tracking. So I have a credit card, and my credit card account, they show me exactly where I'm spending my money and what kind of categories it goes in. So I can kind of track my expenses like that. But there's also so many budgeting apps out there where you can kind of track your expenses. You can do it by paper. You just need to track your expenses and track where your money's going so you can know how much money is going to certain categories. But you need to automate everything. I'm a huge advocate of automation. I think automation is truly key when it comes to wealth building, but you really need to focus on automation when it comes to your finances. So now Sarah has all these expenses listed out. She can see how much she can actually save now. So when we have her net income minus all the expenses, she can save about $650 a month, or put that money towards debt, or put that money towards her emergency saving, wherever she want to do with that money. But she now has $650 saved up. Now you have to stick to this budget. You cannot go over, and if you do go over, there's some things that we're going to talk about later in the video, but just really try your best not to overspend. And then the last thing you want to do is review and adjust your budget. Now we're not perfect. We're definitely going to go over budget. So you have to be able to adjust. For instance, Sarah saw that she spent too much money in groceries. So her adjustment was to meal prep next month and only buy the things that she needed. So don't just do this one day. Don't just do this for 1 week. Continue this throughout the weeks, continue this throughout the month and throughout the years, and I promise that your finances will start to change. So what happens if your expenses exceed your income? Well, we need to cut back in certain areas, whether that's groceries, whether we need to get a cheaper place to rent, whether we need to get a roommate. We need to find ways to cut back so that our expenses can get on track with how much we're actually taking home. So if Sarah had more expenses than what she actually brought in from her job, then she can maybe cut back on her coffee runs, or she can cut back on going out to eat or going to the movies so she can get her expenses back on track. Or you can make more money. Making more money is always an option, but it's not always the best option, because sometimes when you make more money, you spend more money. She can tutor another student. Maybe that's $100 extra a month that she can put towards her expenses. By making these small changes, Sarah can save more money and build towards an emergency fund or build towards saving for a house. So just by making these little incremental changes can really affect your money in the long term. So hopefully by giving you an example of Sarah and her money, it will help you better understand how to track and manage your finances. And in the end, hopefully be able to save more money so you can save for your emergency fund or for a house or for a vacation, whatever your savings goals are. Hopefully by watching this video, it will help you achieve them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.